And now to a developing story, that huge shakeup at the Houston Police Department. And we have learned late last night, Police Chief Troy Finner has retired. KHOU 11's Len Cannon spoke with Finner today over the phone, the now former chief telling Len he is not yet ready to comment. This bombshell announcement came just 12 hours after our investigative team reported Finner had in fact known about the department suspending investigation into criminal cases using a lack of personnel code, this since 2018. We've got team coverage on what is happening now. Let's start with Victor Jacobo at City Hall, where Mayor John Whitmire just spoke about the situation. Victor, what did he say?
Yeah, Sherman, that was just a few minutes ago, right behind me here at the Horseshoe for City Council, where Mayor Whitmire said he felt sick when he saw the report of the email that showed that Troy Finner had known about the controversial code earlier than previously stated. He said the issue was distracting the department from fighting crime and that this was the last straw. Now, Mayor Whitmire says he had been in constant contact with Troy Finner over the past several days, but the email showing that Finner knew of the suspended lack of personnel code earlier than previously stated was what led to a conversation where Finner submitted his letter of retirement. Now, during today's City Council meeting, the mayor and other council members praised Finner's work of the past 34 years, and many expressed disappointment over the outcome. Whitmire held a news conference afterwards, saying that ultimately the decision was made in order to get the department to focus on crime fighting again.
Here's the bottom line. Chief Finner was spending so much time dealing with the press, dealing with the department. He hasn't had a conversation with the employee groups. It was affecting operations at HPD. That's the bottom line. I dealt with it because it was a distraction to the mission of the men and women in HPD.
Now, Whitmire says it is too early to reveal a timeline to put in place a permanent chief, but he says right now there is a smooth transition with Acting Chief Larry Satterwhite taking the lead at the department. We're now reporting live at City Hall, Victor Jacobo, KHOU 11 News.
All right, thank you, Victor. And in fact, we do want to bring in Jason Miles, who just spoke to the new acting chief, Larry Satterwhite. So you're at the National Police Weekday of Prayer event at HPD headquarters where all this happened?
That's right, Sherman. This is an annual event here outside HPD headquarters featuring HPD top brass, employees, clergy from various faiths and others. Larry Satterwhite, the now acting chief, telling the crowd that he relies on prayer in his daily life and that he will be praying for former Chief Troy Finner, a man he also considers a longtime friend. Take a look at video we shot just within the last couple of hours at this event that started just after 10 o'clock this morning, less than 12 hours, of course, or so after last night's announcement that Satterwhite would be replacing former Chief Troy Finner upon his sudden retirement. Satterwhite, meantime, was Finner's executive chief for patrol operations, as you might recall, a position that also required him serving as chair on various internal HPD committees. Here's what he had to say about now moving forward.
Our mission has not changed. Our mission is to go out there and protect the citizens of Houston and the people who are here that visit. That is our job. Protection of life, protection of their quality of life. That will not change.
Like his predecessor, Satterwhite has been with HPD for more than 30 years. Both he and Finner actually worked in the same area earlier in their careers. Satterwhite telling us that HPD was here longer before either of them and will be here long after they're gone, I should say. He also hinted that there might be a news conference or some other event later today where he will talk more about his new role. That time has yet to be set, but of course you can count on us to keep you updated. Reporting live downtown, Jason Miles, KHOU 11 News.